Hi, and welcome back. So many of you have complimented my complexion and my skin, saying that I look good or a little younger, and asked me what my secrets were. Well, I'm not quite sure if I have any secrets, but today I've decided to share with you some of the things that I like to do when preparing my skin or washing my face before I get ready to go to bed at night and when I get up in the morning. So one of the first things, of course, you like to do at night is take all your makeup off. Well, if I have a great deal of makeup on to take off, I usually use the Pond's cold cream. It works really well and takes it all off. I don't have any problem with it. But along with this, I make sure that I draw a sink full of very warm water, and I use a terry cloth wash rag, one of the softest ones that I have, and I massage it with the wash rag in order to get it off. And when I'm finished, I rinse my face with tepid water really good. And then next, I will wash it either with Dove soap if I'm going to be taking a shower, or I will wash it. The other cleanser that I like to use is the CeraVe. It's one for normal to dry skin. Now this isn't a foaming cleanser, but I like it. It takes it off really well. And then when I'm finished washing my face completely, I like to rinse it in as cold a water as I can stand. That way I make sure that I get the pores all closed up and I don't see anything else on my wash rag. Now, of a morning after I cleanse my face, I like to use a little of this, an astringent or just a hydrating lotion of some kind. And I normally use like a little sponge like this that has an exfoliating side to it that just helps a little bit with that. Once a month, and I've done this for as long as I can remember, once a month I give myself what I consider to be a full face facial, where I massage and I do a lot of other lotions, and I've even gotten to the point where I use that Japanese type massage where they use a spoon, a ceramic spoon. I know it sounds a little ridiculous, and I don't have one with me right now, but just using a regular ceramic spoon and massaging outwards on your face, one side at a time, and down your neck and across your forehead and your eyes and all that. And I was always taught not to pull down on your face. It was really funny when I was young and I was going through, using my creams and stuff. It was my father that yelled at me and told me not to pull down on your face, So I never have, although I'm not quite sure how much it helped considering how much I droop. But that's another thing that I like to do. Also, I have a regular eye makeup remover if I need it. I don't normally wear waterproof mascaras, so I rarely ever need it, but I like to keep one. A neck cream that I like to use is this one, the Chin Up. It contains CoQ10. So at night, I use this before I go to bed. It's really nice. And once a month, when I give myself my facial, of course, I use one of these like rejuvenating scrubs. And I keep the Advanced Time Zone by Estee Lauder to use under my makeup of a day. And at night I use this new one she's got, rejuvenizing Supreme. I put it on at night after I use my Retin-A. And I have used Retin-A on and off ever since the 80s. And I just recently got back into it during this decade in the past 6 months. It's as old as I am, I still get blackheads around my nose, and this has helped keep them away. Plus, I have this discoloration where I turn really red around my neck that seems to be medication. It's an adverse reaction to some medication that I take. But between using the Retin-A and the Merlot cream, it's kept my redness at bay. It's I still have it, but it's just not as bad as it was. I also at night use this serum. I know a lot of you all use serums during the day. The only daytime serum I use is Estee Lauder's Perfectionist. Now I like this for daytime use. The only problem I have with it is that it causes what I call fracking. I'm not quite sure what the cosmetic name is for it, but I call it fracking because this doesn't mix very well with a lot of other makeups or other creams. It doesn't even mix well with Estee Lauder's Time Zone. It'll cause that scafing, like where the lotions aren't mixing, and it'll get kind of flaky. And the only thing that works for me when it does that is to take a cool, damp wash rag or cloth and kind of pat it in. And that kind of keeps the fracking down or helps it some way. It's about the only thing I've come up with. As far as eye creams, I have, as you can see, bags under my eyes that I have fought with for the past 5 or 6 years. I'd used several other different eye creams, even Estee Lauder's. And when Nisha from Sugar Puff and Fluff started talking about the Tranquility and the Matrixyl 3000 and the Haloxyl and the peptides and all that, I wanted to order the Tranquility, but it's not readily available for shipment here to the United States. So I got online and tried to find one that had all three of the eyeless, Haloxyl, and the Matrixyl 3000, and I came up with this company in California. There's a spa brand, and they call it Babyface. I don't know if you can, is it, oh well, showing up, Babyface. So I have the eye cream, which is in this protected jar, this frosted glass jar, and I know from reading that a lot of the ingredients in here break down when they're in a jar, and I don't know, I've read several dermatologists' view. It's, you know, half one, half the other. They say as long as you keep it closed, don't leave the lid off for days at a time, that there's no way that it could go bad in, you know, a month or so that it takes you to use it. And then the peptide potion with the Matrixyl 3000, I also use this at night. With this, I just pat it. You know, I take a very, very small amount of the eye cream and massage it in, and then pat this one around it. And believe it or not, my eyes have improved. I mean, I wish you could have seen them before I actually started this stuff, but I'd started this before I started making YouTube videos. And this has helped a great deal. So I was very thankful that Nisha from Sugar Puff and Fluff talk to us about these ingredients and how much they've done for her, because watching her videos I got to see just how effective those ingredients are on someone's eyes, because if you go back and look at her past videos, you can see a big difference. And not that that huge difference that happened with her is going to happen with me, but I would settle for just half that good. I also do still use a lighter eye cream during the day, so I do use Estee Lauder's. I know I sound like I'm doing a commercial for Estee Lauder, but I do use a lot of her stuff. And every now and then I'll have a package of regular makeup wipes of some kind. But other than what I've done since I was at least 20 with the monthly massages, and keeping up with a day and night routine has been just about all I really do as far as keeping my complexion clear anyway. But I will tell you this, not that I want to make this video any longer than it already is, but because I was in a habit of doing facial massages and neck massages, and I started young, or younger, in my early 20s. In 1988, I discovered a lump in my neck. This was in April of '88, and in March, it wasn't there. So if I hadn't been doing the monthly massages and you know, my little routine, my thyroid that I had removed, I had to have a radical thyroidectomy because of cancer. They found the lump was actually as big as the end of my thumb, 5 centimeters. So if I hadn't done that, I might not be sitting here right now. But that's not counting all the problems I've had since then. But my son was going on 8 years old, and when I think back, you know, what if I hadn't? You know, I wouldn't have been there. So, for health reasons, beauty reasons, whatever, it's probably good that I did it, and maybe even good if some of you all do. And I guess that's it for today, and I do thank you for stopping in, and make sure and like me if you do, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment. I like it. Thanks.